Ah yes, Neros Q. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time, or at all, given his status of being a forgotten relic of YouTube past. And as someone who has been around the block for quite some time, I'm going to be committing grave robbery, and you're going to watch me do so. In today's episode of Not Counter Critique, I shall take you on a journey into the past a couple of years ago, back when YouTube was 30% less shitty. Oh, who am I kidding? 2016 YouTube wasn't any better. Neros Q was your typical commentary YouTuber. You know, the cartoon avatar arm crossing archetype that make response video. However, he has a gimmick up his sleeve. Based upon the sins you have encountered in this video, you either get off scot-free, horrifically muted, or the best part, you die. Joining him in these Newground tier execution would be his dynamite gal, Neros Q, aka the only reason why his channel gotten any relevance.
Oh, you looked a little hungry. So I thought I'd bake you some delicious pie. My cute, strong muffin.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
And together they pretty much resemble what you would see in the popular indie game, The Coffin of Andrew and Lele. Neros had produced 7 episodes with mixed reception before leaving to get milk and cigarettes and never came back after 2020. Although it was surprised seeing Neros liking a tweet from one of my neutral friend, Austin Trends, from 2022. It's unfortunate that Neros had blue balled on all of us. His content was getting more interesting, especially with the Guru, Larry, and Mr. Enter video. Despite him yapping, you could see the improvement in his production. Neros said he wanted to tell a story, but honestly to be more akin to Tales Got Troll in terms of quality storytelling. However, do keep in mind, if you have been around when Neros was still active, the keyword would be mixed reception. Neros loved being a contrarian so much that he's willing to defend the Powerpuff Girls reboot and irate gamers from the clutches of Pan Pizza and Guru Larry. I know, talk about having a shit taste for stuff, and that's the part where he lathered himself with steak sauce to be smothered by cupcakes in game. Anyway, let's cook up some theories like a normal person would. Theory number 1, the kitchen got too hot for him, and he certainly got out of there. This makes sense given his contrarianism in his videos. The people watching his videos had found it wanting, both positive and negative, mostly negative, especially with the Guru Larry video, and oh boy, that video, let me tell you, the response videos sound like a band boy gotten pissed at their favorite orangutan was being criticized to the point where Neros has gotten filtered by the rather obvious snarky twit that Guru Larry had made.
Less sweary was literally YouTube's choice of words too.
What? Sir Edwin YouTube? Founder of YouTube.com? This quote is a blatant lie! Who the frick is Sir Edwin YouTube?
That was where he was ridiculed. Neros said he was playing a character, which I highly doubt that Neros was playing 4D intergalactic chess on all of us. If Neros decides to return to YouTube, he'll have to give an explanation. Most likely, if I'm familiar with him, he'll do one of those upload video on YouTube and refuse to elaborate type of memes. Theory number 2, he has forgotten his password. Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. One more you made a spicy password, next thing you know, your password has been memory cored. Speaking of which, I just remembered my Tumblr password, so bear with me. We're gonna take a look at my DM with Neros later down the line. Theory number 3, in constant development hell, and or silently producing more episodes, perhaps for the sake of argument that he rolled with the punches, kept his mouth shut while preparing to give out a huge bulk of episodes in the future. Trust me, this had happened before. Neros originally took time off from making videos back in 2016, but he was active on DeviantArt and Tumblr for the time being, and then he uploaded the Guru Larry video in 2019. It was certainly a glow up. I would expect Nero to continue to dish out content quality if he decides to return to YouTube. However, the coin gets tossed, and Nero struggles to get a video out, Cyrus Shell style.
The short version is I wasn't able to make videos for a while, and then when I was, I just totally sucked ass. I completely lost the ability to be funny. But at the same time, I kept deluding myself into thinking I was only a couple months away from making some great videos and coming back, so I didn't want to say, hey everyone, I'm back, without having something to show for it, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. Yes, my Tumblr is certainly an ancient relic. Back when I had taken my YouTube career a lot more serious, and what's this? That's weird. I'm apologizing to Neros? Oh yeah, that's right. Back in the day, I used to pester and annoy Neros, constantly hoping for a collab. Lesson learned, don't be annoying. Skidding through my DM a bit, I notice I'm not shitting on Mr. Enter and explaining the Mr. Enter lore.
I can explain.
Alas, there are two necessary contexts. The bigger one would be Turkey Tom. Yeah, it turns out back in the 2018 YouTube meta, Turkey Tom and his galaxy mind decided to accuse Mr. Enter of pedophilia. Well, make jokes implying that Mr. Enter is a pedophile because of his project growing around. Nice job, Turkey Tom. You had one job.
I have a feeling that Enter's idea of a thank you video was him stripping down nude and sending people pictures of his little Johnny to the kids who pay money to see his show.
I have a saying regarding to Turkey Tom, where commentary goes to die a slow, painful death while Turkey Tom consumed the rotting sludge as nourishment. Calling Mr. Enter a kid diddler is like taco night over at Ben the Looney house. Another context would be when Easy Peasy was slandering me by lumping me in with the Mr. Enter hate brigade in his Mr. Enter video.
I mean, let's look for a second at the amazing level of criticism coming from the Mr. Enter hate brigade. Here is someone complaining about Mr. Enter's bad editing.
This is unrelated, but he should have gotten this person that edited the video for him for his other
His
video.
computer screen. Oh, here's a video complaining that Mr. Enter takes jokes too seriously.
Mr. Enter tends to take a joke super seriously.
This joke, we're playing it off too seriously.
You see that? He's taking it way too serious again.
You're wrong. Because Mr. Enter's haters are his fans. That's right, because one comment I consistently heard in many of the attack videos targeted at Mr. Enter were people saying that they're making this video because they used to be fans of Mr. Enter and are now disillusioned with him. Let me tell you something. If you were ever a fan of Mr. Enter, then you have given up all right to ever criticize Mr. Enter. You do not know the difference between good or bad. If you were ever a fan of Mr. Enter, you have proven yourself to be too stupid to criticize anyone.
Even though I did read his Encyclopedia Dramatica back in the day, I never had a tsundere relationship with him and was an independent party, TLDR, neutral feelings. My video of him was plastered in the Mr. Enter dislike playlist, whatever you want to call it, because I guess people like my video on Mr. Enter. A little bit of yapping here and there, and what do we have here? It's me discovering the potential creator of Neros Q. Meanwhile, Nero's giving me a response of a lifetime. More of this 11. Yo Live Production. How does he fit in the equation? Why am I accusing him for creating Nero? There was a conspiracy theory among the Pizza Taxi Men community where it was a psyop manufactured by Ken out of spite or Jill Nolan for notoriety. We'll put those conspiracy theories to rest, allegedly. It all started via YouTube recommendation, and it so happened to play this video. I recognized the vocal stem, but I will play these two clips just in case I'm suffering from hearing loss.
Example I like to use to define a character's personality is this. If a young girl would have fallen over, would your character ignore or help her? Would they tell her to be more careful? Would they ask if she's hurt? What else would they say or do?
Working on Yo Live Productions has become a tiring job for me. I mean, I love the feeling of finishing an animation, and I especially appreciate all you fans who love my work. But lately, it's been taking longer and longer to make these films.
You know, the more I'm looking at YoLite artwork and animation, the more I'm sensing a connection. But like a good neighbor, it's time for our art compilation. Not so fast, Bugs Buddy. I seen you before. You know, trying to make similarity of the font is a bit of a scratch for me. But these sketches look oddly familiar, especially with that red background. I see you, red background. I swear, I've seen that cat before. There it is. That's the spice. It so happened that Neros had made a video on Anime America. More specifically, his issue was on her design.
Ignoring the hair, this is how much effort you put into your character designs? These designs are lackluster, especially since it's trying to look like a chibi anime character. Opinions. I mean, why should I care about what these people have to say on certain shows if their personalities are so bland and forgettable?
Taking a gamble, I decided to ask YoLite via Discord regarding to Neros. Unfortunately, he told me he has no affiliation with Neros. I was disappointed with the answer, but I didn't want to push my luck, so I decided to leave him alone. While it would have been fun and exciting, I can understand that some things are meant to be buried. And we finally reached to our conclusion. I do genuinely miss Neros, who was one hell of a content creator, but like all good things, we didn't realize how good we had it until it is gone. But hey, the future can be wild. Hey Neros, if you're watching my video, I miss you. We all miss you. Please send a signal that you're alive.